Hey guys, welcome back, and let us see what is all the hype about this experimental equipment which all the content creators are talking about, especially Voldemort, Skills, who else? Dez. I really like Skill and Dez. I'm not fond of Voldemort. Anyway, let's just play the video and comment on it and well, let's just take it from there, okay?
The introduction of new equipment in World of Tanks always affects the gameplay. Some things might change insignificantly, as, for example, with improved equipment and bounty equipment. And other things might even change the very principles and templates that have been around for many years. For example, what happened with Equipment 2.0? Now there's an addition to the newcomers list. Meet experimental equipment with extended opportunities for more flexible vehicle tuning.
Now let's pause it right there. For the veteran players, or at least those who have been around for at least a couple of months, you already know that bond equipment are quite rare and very difficult to get. Please bear that in mind as we move on. Let's continue.
When mounting a piece of equipment, you must choose between the enhanced gun-laying drive and vertical stabilizer, or the turbocharger and improved rotation mechanism, or the improved hardening and modified configuration. In some cases, it's pretty obvious what most players will choose. But isn't it best to have everything at once? 3 new pieces of experimental equipment give players just such an opportunity. When mounting them, you receive several bonuses at once that are divided into a main bonus and additional bonuses. For clarity, all equipment in the game currently has specialized bonuses that define its specifics.
So basically, what WarGaming has done is that they have combined some of the already existing equipment, bond equipment, etc., into new equipment, lessened the bonuses a little bit, but combined them, made them ultimately more powerful. However, remember what I said just a few minutes ago, just a moment ago actually, that these are hard to get, and if you are a veteran player, and you don't even have to be a veteran player, you know that this equipment is hard to get via bonds or etc. Plus, in order to get the equipment, you have to take part in this marathon, and you have to do this special quest, and you're only going to be able to get maybe what, 1 or 2 or 3? I can't remember. I haven't done the math, but guys, just think about it for a second. Why all the hype? And this goes for everyone. Voldemort, Skills, Dez. I mean, especially the last 2. I like you guys. You guys are amazing. I mean, I love your content. But why are you guys going... Why is everyone flipping out? Guys, just think about it for a second. It's going to be hard to get anyway. It's only going to improve what? Maybe maximum 3 vehicles on your account? What are you going to do? Pay WarGaming tons of money in order to get it on all your vehicles? I don't think that's viable. Anyway, let's continue. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Bonuses for experimental equipment are more diverse. The main bonus can be from any piece of equipment in the game. If this piece of equipment, for example, improved hardening, has an effect, the item of experimental equipment will also inherit it. At the same time, you cannot mount standard equipment into a neighboring slot if its bonuses coincide with the main bonus of the piece of experimental equipment. It works.
Aha! You cannot bound something that gives the same bonus in the slots near to that. So why is everyone going crazy? It's simply called, yes, it's a power creep. Yes, the vehicles are getting stronger. Some vehicles are getting stronger by getting this. The game is becoming faster. It's becoming more arcade. But this is called evolving, guys. Relax. I mean, you're not going to be able to do this with lower tier. And you're not. And even if you can, why would you do that? It's simply going to be for tiers like maybe 7+, or maybe on your favorite tank, which is going to be 1 in out of 300 to 400. An average player who's been playing for give or take 5 or 6 years plus, I've been playing for 8 years, would have an average of, if you're a tank collector, somewhere between 300 to 500 tanks in your garage. Which tank are you going to choose in order to mount this experimental equipment upon? And how likely is it that you're going to be breaking the game with just a little bit more bonuses combined? And it doesn't give everything together regarding statistics. I mean, you're not going to get, for example, all the bonuses for turbocharger at full maximum and all the bonuses for hardening, etc., etc. Yes, you can level them up, but it is time consuming, it costs, and you're only going to be able to do it on how many vehicles? 1? 2? Maximum 3? So I don't understand the hype. Anyway, let's continue.
Similarly to fire control system and mobility improvement system, additional bonuses can combine several characteristics from different pieces of equipment at once. You can enhance them by mounting equipment of a similar type in a neighboring slot. However, it's only possible if both the main and additional bonuses are not part of the same equipment. For example, improved mobility system has several additional bonuses from turbocharger. But since turbocharger also provides the main bonus, you can't mount it into the neighboring slot.
There we go.
The other part of additional bonuses is provided by improved rotation mechanism. That's why you can mount this equipment in the neighboring slot to boost these bonuses.
So basically, if you mount anything into the adjacent slot, it will only boost certain characteristics, not everything. You cannot choose turbo and turbo, for example. I hope you understand the point. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. This is the first time I watched this video. I learned about this video from Skill, Dez, and Voldemort. I call him Voldemort, whatever. And I don't see what the hype is all about. Why are you guys all going crazy? Let's continue.
Yes, it might not be quite rational in certain cases, but having this opportunity can't hurt. Let's see the example of an equipment set where mounting standard equipment to boost experimental equipment is more than justified.
By the way, I watched Voldemort's video, and at some point he showed an artillery game where the aiming was much faster. Guys, do you know how frustrating it is for artillery players, and I'm talking as a dedicated artillery player with thousands of games in my artilleries, because I love artillery, okay? Do you know how frustrating it is for the aim time to take forever when WarGaming tells you like aim time 4.5 seconds and the actual aim time is like 12? Do you know how annoying that is? Sorry, but I believe that this is a positive change to the game and it will help artillery players be more competitive and more influential on the battlefield. So I disagree with the negative commentary that content creators and other CCs are giving. Sorry, I'm on the positive side.
Equip one vehicle with improved mobility system, enhance it with improved rotation mechanism, and mount equipment to your liking into the third slot. Equip another vehicle with standard equipment with similar characteristics. As you can see, both vehicles are similar in terms of their mobility. However, the first one has a free slot that you can use to add more DPM, stabilization, or survivability.
There you go. So basically, WarGaming is giving us the option to have a free slot. Isn't that great? I mean, I don't see what the problem is with that. Oh, but you see, Wot Addict Global, vehicles that are hull down, such as the Grand Wagon and the what else? The T95 FV402, the Chieftain are going to become even more powerful. Like, fuck off. Seriously. And you're going to do that in one game? Huh? Excuse me, in one tank? 2? Maximum 3? Come on, guys, give me a break.
The second vehicle doesn't have such an option. meaning you will have to sacrifice something to improve other characteristics. That's why you should go to the Compare menu before mounting experimental equipment and try different combinations with standard equipment. This way, you'll be able to find more effective setups for all vehicle types. Also, take into account that the effect and part of the bonuses from familiar equipment are not transferred to the additional bonuses of experimental equipment. For example, Survival Improvement Suite doesn't inherit some of the modified configuration bonuses, as well as its effect, which can save you from the vagaries of random battles.
Which makes sense.
This principle applies to all experimental equipment. Regarding categories, experimental equipment doesn't have any. That's why it's not important into which slot it's mounted.
Wow, that's amazing. You could just mount it anywhere. It's not affected by categories. That's an awesome addition, WarGaming. Good job. Even though I was pissed off at WarGaming at the last month for some changes that they've done and the fact that they don't ban cheaters, etc., etc. But this is a very good change. I like it. I really like it.
At the same time, you can upgrade it and make it more efficient. The principle of modernization is similar to upgrading bounty equipment. However, experimental equipment has as many as 3 upgrade levels. Upgrade level 1 is just the beginning. At this level, you get your first experimental equipment item with characteristics close to the standard equipment. Upgrade level 2 improves these characteristics and makes the equipment item even better. Finally, upgrade level 3. In terms of the sum of its characteristics, it will be a nice alternative to improved equipment. You will need components to increase upgrade levels.
And how do you get these components? Let us see.
This new game feature can be obtained for disassembling experimental equipment as well as for participating in certain events.
Aha! So you have to participate in certain events in order to do them. Not everyone's going to be able to do that due to lack of time, laziness, not wanting to, not accepting the power creep, etc., etc.
It's worth noting that the number of required components will vary depending on the upgrade level. That means you'll need fewer components to go from upgrade level 1 to 2 than to go from upgrade level 2 to 3.
Which makes sense. Just like in any online game where you want to upgrade, for example, or you want to level your character, upgrading from level 1 to 2 is fairly easy, but from 2 to 3 it starts becoming harder and harder and harder the more you go up. Makes sense.
At the same time, it's important to take into account that mounting and demounting experimental equipment also has its nuances. Unlike standard equipment, experimental equipment is not divided into classes. The same piece of equipment can be mounted on both a Tier 5 and Tier 10 vehicle.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. But then again, how many are you going to have? How many are you going to be able to obtain? Just think about that, guys. I don't think it's going to break the game. It's simply going to make players have more options by having an extra free slot. Just think about it.
However, experimental equipment has the same limitations as standard equipment and may be incompatible with some vehicles.
Okay, that makes sense.
For example, you can't mount fire control system on tank destroyers and artillery, since these vehicle types can't be equipped with stabilizers. Demounting experimental equipment only differs from standard equipment in cost. Upgrade level 1 can be demounted with demounting kits or gold, just like standard equipment. Upgrade levels 2 and 3 are demounted with components.
Now that is perfect if you think about it, because how many components are you going to have? Which means that whoever obtains the experimental equipment and uses them on their vehicles and then upgrades them will not be able to just simply take them off and put them on another vehicle once that person has achieved level 2 and up. This is what I'm understanding from my very simple understanding. Which means, I go back to my original point. How many are you going to have and how many vehicles? And the difference is going to be like what? 2%? 2.5%? 3? 5? 10? Guys, I believe that skill, DES, and QB are over-exaggerating. And, well, let's just see the rest of the video.
That's why mounting such equipment items requires more thorough preparation.
Exactly. You have to think carefully on which vehicles you are going to use it on, because it's going to be, from one point and on, WarGaming is telling you in a very nice diplomatic way that yes, you can have it, but it's going to be permanent.
You should really think through if it's necessary on a particular vehicle. You can get experimental equipment for taking part in game events. Follow updates on the website to learn more about them. Experimental equipment is a new way to look at the capabilities of your vehicle. You can mount everything, and then a bit more at the top. You can bring your tank to the limit of its capabilities and have no doubts when choosing equipment items. And, most importantly, you can fine-tune your vehicle to fit your playstyle. Happy tuning, Commanders!
This is the first time that I watched this video. And today is the 20th of January 2023. It is 10:47 p.m. here in Athens, Greece. Guys, let me ask you a question. How many times have you, with using an arty, have been circled around with a light tank and you can't do shit? Simply because the light tank is too fast, and once it arrives, it's frustrating. He comes to the back, you start to turn, it takes you forever. It's like turning a boat. The light tank simply laughs at you, and he looks at you, he looks at you, looks at you, and then, you know, he decides when he's had enough of you, he doesn't want to play with you anymore, he just shoots you in the ass, and you're dead. Well, excuse me, payback time, okay? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Anyway, excuse my French. I believe this is a positive change. It will not break the game. Skills, I really like you, you're a really cool guy. Dez, same goes to you. I can't say I'm fond of QB because, well, whatever, we know the reasons. But advice goes to all three of you. I've watched your videos. I disagree, okay? And I believe this is a very good change, and it will not break the game. I'm rambling, okay? Anyway, this is my honest, no BS opinion, and that's it. Guys, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Share my video. And if WarGaming ever watches it, if I'm lucky enough, I just want to tell you that finally you have made a good change in the game. Finally. No BS opinion. WOT Addict Global, and signing out.